do that market research. I have the appointment set. I've done some market research. I'll call them back and say, hey, before I come out, there's a few questions I need to ask. It's going to take 2 or 3 minutes. Is now a good time to talk, right? So, like I said, Jeremy, I'll email this to you. We'll go over this separate. We'll go over this separate if you want. But I always want to ask them. I want to know kind of the who, what, why of why they're moving. And so, if they already told you, it may not be sense to ask them again. But I want to know, are they moving to Virginia for a job transfer, or are they moving up to Grass Valley because they want land for horses and to have a pool? Well, I want to know why their motivation is to move, or their motivation to buy. Right, and I want them to acknowledge that I know why they're doing this. Right, so I'm showing some interest there. And then, so again, I'll ask them, where you're moving, why you're moving, and when you need to be there, your timing, right? So I always ask them, are you interviewing other agents? I want to know if I'm going to be in a competition. So, it's a very direct question. Are you going to be interviewing other agents for the job of selling your home? Now, I'll give you some advanced NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, so as you learn, and not that you're trying to trick people into making decisions, but our skill is what comes out of our mouth, right? So, for example, I may say, hey, Jeremy, when I come out to your home tonight at 5 o'clock, and you feel comfortable and confident that I can list your home, are you going to be listing your home with me on Friday? Right, and I say that, like as we say, with a downstroke. Are you listing your home with me? Are you comfortable with me? Right, so I want, this comes from a little bit of an authoritarian, maybe kind of how a parent may talk, hey, put that down, right? But if anything, I want to make sure, again, I'm not trying to trick it, you're not going to trick them, but I want to make sure they know why I'm coming out, right? Now the same, other extreme, when I ask the question, now, you're not planning on interviewing other agents, are you? So I say with a little doubt, what are you stupid, Mary? No, so. And Mary, who's the other agent?
Joe Blow down the road.
Joe Blow, really? Interesting. So don't do that. But if you want to get in some, you should learn about neuro-linguistic programming, right? So, most important question, I want to ask them how much they want to list the home for. I want to know, I want to get that number out of them over the phone. If they don't tell me what you want to list that home for, if they don't tell me, I may just throw a number at them. Well, okay, you want to list it for 500? Are you going to list it? If I'm thinking the home should sell for 600, but they won't tell me, I know it should list for 600, and I can't get a number out of them. I say, what, do you think 500 be a good? Oh, no, right. Sometimes everybody knows what they want to list the home for. They know. So I want to get that number out. You got to get that number out of them.
And their numbers usually inflated, right?
Well, usually, yes. In a normal situation, everybody thinks their home is worth way more than everybody else. Like right now in this market, things are so hot, all bets are off, right? So I want to know that. I want to ask, if they owe anything on the property. Sometimes I can get that. Again, that's usually not an issue, but when we were doing short sales, that was a big issue. I want to know if they were upside down in the home, okay? I'll ask them if they've ever thought about selling the homes themselves. Okay, right? So I will ask them to describe the home for me. Now again, I've already, especially now with the internet, I've looked at sites like Zillow and our website and Realtor.com and the MLS, and I may have a pretty good idea what that, but the reason I ask that question, because I want to get some insight into their personality. Because how they ask that question is going to will tell me about their personality. So as you learn, we taught what we used to call disc profiles, and there's different personality types. So and you should study that. So for example, if I ask somebody, hey Mary, describe your home for me. Describe your home for me.
It's 2 stories, it's on 2.5 acres, it's 2 bedrooms, 2 baths, laundry room, big garage with tall sauce.
Okay.
I got tricked.
Yeah, tricked. Okay. You help me out a little bit, Mary. But as opposed to maybe someone that's an engineer that may say, it's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, it's 2,806 square feet on a 0.9 acre lot. Yeah, they're more detailed as opposed to maybe somebody. So I'm going in, that person's going to just always want more information, right? So that's why I asked that question. That's it. And I'm telling you why I'm asking that question. I tell them I'm going to send over a packet of information. I always send them a pre-listing packet, and we'll talk about that. And I give them my information, and confirm that. So that's those questions have to be answered before I go on the appointment, okay?